Survivor show on the Grizzled Survivor Network. We're up here at our normal spot by the Platte River Trail by Globesville. And today, it's a little bit of an overcast day. Not as hot as it has been. The heat is not very conducive to exploration, so here we are out in the cloudy, foggy weather here today, kind of rainy. We are headed north, further north than we've gone on the Platte River Trail before. We're going up to the Cherokee station. And as you know, when we were going north, at least on the Platte River Trail, we got kind of sidetracked. We hopped the other side of the river, went up through the stockyards. We hopped the other side of the highway and went smokestack hunting. So we're gradually expanding our areas here. And as I, get rides around town and stuff, I do find other areas that I'd like to explore, but some of them are very far away. And so that's really a hindrance. But here we are. Probably going to kill the camera until we get to someplace more interesting, since we've seen a lot of this stuff before. So we'll see how it goes. I'll fade you guys back in when I see something interesting. Here we are in Globesville Landing, where we've been many times before. And the place doesn't even look the same at all. They've got it all destroyed now. Who knows what they're building or what they're doing, but this used to be a nice little park. You see the rain caused a big pile of debris to enter into the river. It also looks like they chopped some trees down around here. In other words, they totally destroyed what made this a nice park. And they're just building a bunch of unknown construction over there. You hear a generator running. If you remember, if you watch my video A Day by the South Platte, you'll remember we actually went down there. Now you can see there's a tree. The water's pretty hardcore today. So, to our left is Globesville. If you look, you can see Cobitco. I do believe that's the smokestack from them over there. You see down by the river there. Then over there is the Stockyards, Denver Coliseum, that sort of thing. Areas we've been. And further north of us here right now, the next immediate landmark you may recognize off my show that we're going to see is the abandoned bridge. But we're going to go way further north of that, so just hang out and I'll zone you guys back in. Wow, look at that. I'll cut you guys back in when I see something more interesting. There's all the detritus. Alright, well I don't have much time on this, but until my camera starts working again, I just wanted to make sure I got video of this area of the water treatment plant. Hopefully this GoPro will start working again. As you can see, whatever problem's being caused by the SD card prevents me from doing anything. Turning on the camera, even though it's full of battery power, and really doing anything at all. But I did want to get a shot of this little water treatment plant area there. Now, I'm not sure how much the GoPro actually got, but maybe if we let it sit for a while, it'll decide to come back to life. I really need to figure that out. It's really cutting into my showtime here. So now, let's follow this little trail real fast. You know, technical difficulties. At least with the phone, I can make room on the thing. So where does this take us? A little trail over this way. Like the back end of the other end of the Platte River here. There's another scrapyard over there. Off in the distance. There's Cobit Co., the smokestack. And Cherokee Station is this direction. I bet this just takes us around the same lake I was talking about earlier, although it probably didn't make it into the episode because of the fact of the fucking GoPro not working. See, I can't get it to turn on or do anything. And unfortunately, there's like no way to pull the battery out. I'll get to a spot up here and give it a shot, but this plastic cover is really wedged on there. And so I can't even pull the battery out and give it a good reset, see? Nothing. I know the people that got that for me as a present were really hoping that that would be, you know, something awesome. And it works really well, but... Oh, we're back. Let's see if we get more than a couple seconds worth of play out of it here. Goes about 14 seconds normally before it freezes up. See, we made it to 12 seconds. We're frozen again. And it's because of whatever SD card issues this thing's having. So I'm going to turn it off. Try to turn it back on. And it's just locked up again. So hopefully it'll snap out of that here. It's beeping. Well, we still got some time on the phone here. Let's let the GoPro just sit and power on for a minute and there's Denver. Yeah, we always make it to about 12 seconds before we freeze up. Sometimes if you hit the button numerous times, it'll actually go. So what do we have over here? Oh, I think the GoPro's gonna go now. Nope, froze up at 14. I don't know why we're out of focus, guys. There we go. We've got this drainage ditch. It goes both ways. This area is permanently closed, but why? Sorry, guys. Yeah, the GoPro might be working now. So for a minute, I'm going to kill the phone. I'm going to switch over to GoPro. Yeah, the GoPro might be working now. So for a minute I'm going to kill the phone and switch over to GoPro. Well, you might get some spliced footage here. So over there's the water treatment plant, and now this fence says this area is permanently closed. But I don't really believe that it is. At any rate, we'll just play ignorance and claim we didn't see the signs. Oh, there's RTD and shit over there. There's Denver behind us. As long as the GoPro's working, we'll stay using that. I don't really want to be caught in this area, considering they specifically said it was closed. That RTD bus looks abandoned. It's all graffitied. And there's a road right up there. So it looks like we're kind of getting to the end of this territory here that says that we're not supposed to be there. And hopefully we can just hop over to the other side of the river. Yeah, it doesn't look like this actually goes over there. So we may have to go back out. But you can see this little closed down area here was pretty cool. Sorry about the GoPro technical difficulties, but you didn't really miss anything. You just missed areas we've already been before. And a little bit of the water treatment plant, which I got that footage on my phone. There's like an abandoned RTD bus over there. I don't really want to get too close to that area though. Simply because we'll be on the other side of the fence and people are going to see us. So, and we're not supposed to be in this specific area. So let's go back towards the water treatment plant. This area is closed permanently. And it's a little slice of post-apocalyptic heaven, if I do say so myself. As you can tell, they must come down here fairly often, because if this was an area that was like abandoned like this, you figure there'd be a bunch of homeless people down here. We're going to retain the phone for little gaps in the footage that I can edit together. So this video is going to require a bit more editing than normal. Co is the smokestack over there, as you guys know. Okay. In order to capture all the footage, I'm going to kind of cut these segments short and keep recording. That way it saves them on the SD card. So we're cutting this one off right now. Hissy fit it was having is past for now. So let's see. Should we walk along the drainage ditch and kind of peek at where that goes real fast? So here we are coming out of the permanently closed area. And our trail that we took was over there. So here's this drainage ditch. Terrain here. There's the fence. And we're perfectly allowed to be in this area because it doesn't say anything about, about private property on this side, so, or being permanently closed over here. Let's go along the drainage ditch, see where it goes. You got a bunch of blood game graffiti over here. I almost totally didn't make that jump, guys. So, that's where we just were. Here's where we are now. It's perfect temperature to be out today. I'm glad I went out. I was feeling a little bit blue. Just had a birthday and it was kind of a lame one. I mean, it was alright, but not as good as it could have been. It just feels good to be out in the wasteland today. Especially when we find a new area that we haven't been, like this. So that's the permanently closed area, and I wonder why. It doesn't really seem like there's anything there. You figure they would have probably turned it into some property if it was worth doing. So we may not go the whole length of the drainage ditch here, but I just kind of want to see where it goes. There's the Cherokee station over there. There's the edge of the closed area. Drinking. It's like a bum camp up here. It's long been abandoned. Okay, perfect. So it looks like there's just a little trail that cuts right back across. We can get back on our trail and on our way, because this is pretty much a dead end. We're just kind of butted up against Globesville right now. I can tell you, this area here, it's an area you wish you had a gas mask on. Look at this field, though. You want to talk about the wasteland. This is definitely it. I'm going to save this segment and we'll be back. I want to thank all my new subscribers. I see I've made a couple in the last few days, and I'm really not sure why. Maybe the hype surrounding Stalker. Wow, look at that, a big eyeball. Almost looks like a nipple. You can't stop us, blood loss. So I'm thinking this is mostly Blood Gang graffiti up here. Like the Blood Gang's a bunch of post-apocalyptic warriors that hang out in this wasteland. They put the welcome mat out for us, though. This is a very strange field. Looks like something straight out of Stalker. So there's the water tower, and I'm pretty sure the park that we were at, the old water treatment center's over there. But look at these like stumps over here. We're camped out up here. I wonder if this used to just be part of the water treatment plant, because you have that nasty irrigation tunnel down there full of mosquitoes. Cherokee. Just looks like it. Alright. Just tell I'm excited about Stalker 2, and I'm going to go in more in depth about Stalker 2 in an actual video about the game, my thoughts, my fears, my hopes, and just the general excitement, why this means so much that they finally announced Stalker 2. Although, you know, as a skeptic, I'm also worried that it's actually never going to see the light of day. We've got these mounds here with a bunch of concrete pilings and stuff in them. ditch that cuts around. So there's the water treatment center part. So we're probably going to cut back across. Looks like that's how you get back into Globesville. You just hop that little barricade. Alright, let's start heading back towards, looks like this used to be parts of the road. So it makes me think this is probably part of the old water treatment plant. It must have been a pretty big structure, because all the chunks of roadway and stuff down here. It's like a camp out area. Someone's shopping cart got a little bit too toasty though, and it melted down. There's the field we were just in. It's a little slice of post-apocalyptic heaven over here. It really feels like the end of the world. It's like the foundation of an old building. And we have to fucking figure out where we came across the river. I think it was further up that way because it was by the fence. I just don't want people to see us down here. Not like I care. Didn't see any no trespassing signs out here. I will argue with them over that. Alright, let's head back up in the field here so we can get away from the cars that might spot us. We'll go back up this way. I'm going to splice the footage here. So doing these little bursts, that seems to be the way to go. Okay, there's a trail right here. So, alright. Continue our quest. Try to make this a decent episode since I don't put these out as often as I used to, and want to make sure I get you guys a fill of your urban exploration. I feel like that's really what you guys like about this show the most. You can take or leave the video game stuff, I feel, and some of the other generalized into the world stuff. But I feel like you guys really like this particular show. So I know as much as I said I wasn't going to deviate off the Platte River Trail, I'm so happy that we did. Because we came into this cool little area here, these two little areas, the closed off one and the open one here, along the drainage ditch south of the Cherokee station. Feel like up here no one's gonna be any of the wisers of what we're doing. Nor do I think they actually care. And look, if you came into that area through this side, you totally would never see that there's a sign that says you're not supposed to be over there, right? So, I mean, how could they really stop you? Alright. I don't think this is the trail that we took to get over here, but I know exactly where we're at. So, there was a little lake on our Journey to the Cherokee Station episode. We kind of walked around it. Remember, there's the National Guardsman. It was Heron Pond. Remember the Heron Pond? That's Heron Pond. We just explored it. So, glad we filled that gap in. I totally said I was not going to do this today on the show either, that I wasn't going to come down into the Heron Pond. And yet we did. And we had fun. That's probably why that area is completely permanently closed, so the wildlife can live down there. This is open dawn to dusk. Well, looks like we're in between those hours. Just kind of want to see how it looks down here. Sure, it's graffitied up. So this looks like it's going to take us on the other side of the closed off area. Maybe we can get a good glimpse of that bus if we follow along this way. I got nothing to do today, so done working, and I'm in the mood to party, if this is what we do to party. It's a pretty filthy looking little pond. For reference, there's the stockyards over there and the water treatment park. This is a nice little trail. Yeah, there would have been no way for us to cross that in the closed off area. You would just, it's like a whole lake, it's not just like a creek. But I know where this is at. We saw this on the Cherokee station. Once again, we saw the other side of it when we went down in the area of the river where all the people used to live. We could see this from across the river, this scrapyard here. We're just getting a better view of it here from the backside now. We're checking out its backside. You didn't think we were going to be getting that dirty on the Grizzled Survivor show today, did you? But we are. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we could see piles from this, from the other side of the river. There's some sort of big bird. I think that might even be a heron. It is. It's some sort of big bird, like a heron or a crane. Wow. They're out there. You can see them on the lake out there. Down, there's white specks down there, and I do believe those are going to be like actual herons and cranes. One's got a really long neck, so there are some herons down there. That's amazing. So hard to get out into nature in the city, and yet here we managed to do it. See if we can get closer to the water, maybe get an actual shot of them. Aha! You can see them out there on the water. Let's get as close as we can. I mean, who would think in Denver you can see the birds out there? There's like, there got to be cranes. One's standing up. And you've got the big white ones floating, and look at how many birds are out across the water here. I mean, who would think that in the middle of this polluted industrial area that you'd have, I mean, it's much like Chernobyl. The animals are just so happy in this closed. Now you can see why that area is closed off permanently, because that way these animals have a chance to roam and to wander, and they have a slice of this polluted wasteland that is their own, away from the humans, and they've reclaimed nature for themselves, and that's how I feel like it should be. Ugh. Oh man. Yeah, listen to me groan as I get out of there. Okay. So I have to admit, folks, we're in an area now where I really don't know where we're at. I mean, I know where we're at. Don't know how to get to the areas that we know, though, if that makes any sense to you at all. There's a cool building over there. And there's another shot of the Cherokee station. You can see we're getting closer. But I really have no idea how to get on the other side of this fence besides climbing it. Well, let's see. We'll see how close to that other area we were just in, because that's basically the area that's permanently closed, is right over there. And that anomalous field is over there. Once again, if you can see, I can't zoom with this camera. But you can see the storks out there. Maybe this loop will take us close to them. That road says it's a dead end. I wonder where dead end's at. Maybe there's a gap in the fence or something down here, but I wouldn't imagine that there is because they're trying to keep this area pretty much closed off from people. Hey, you see it in the lake? Oh, look at it, it's flying. That is a gigantic bird. See it on the water there? Oh, here they come. Look at those. Wow. Wow. That was breathtaking. Probably the coolest, objectively the coolest thing we've seen on the show. I mean, come on. Normally we're just walking around wastelands. We rarely ever see something as cool as like a heron and a stork. Whatever those birds were. I'm not a bird expert, but those were definitely big birds. One was definitely a heron. It was blue and gray. There's lots of ducks down there too. So here's that bus. I guess we could have probably taken the backside over here because we would have just ended up right over here. It's a scavenged bus. I'm surprised if there's not people actually living inside of the bus, but at the very least, the bus has been completely just ransacked. You see the door's been forced open on it. It's full of garbage. I wonder if there's a way to get to the other side of this fence. And I wonder like how far around this lake goes, like, because obviously part of this area is completely closed off permanently, right? But I don't really see very many options to get back over there besides to go through the completely closed off area. And I was right, they have this area completely locked down here. I'd like to go check out that bus. See, it's completely locked. Well, let's just see how they expect you to get back over there. So that's that field over there in the drainage ditch. We're still at the heron pond here. We're on the backside. Aha! So there is a fence that looks like it delineates the actual closed area from the open area. How do we get to that bus? That's what I want to know. I have an idea. Just don't want to get too far outside of this area. Because it could be kind of hard to get back into it. We may not be able to do the bus today. There's not really an easy point to get to it. Let's just follow this trail and we'll see where we end up. So there's the permanently closed area there. But as a matter of fact, we're on the other side of the fence of the permanently closed area. Do you understand what I mean? Like, we entered from the correct side, and we end up, so this area must not be permanently closed. Like, I would be confused, and I feel like in this case, maybe it was closed at one point in time, but now it's obviously open, because if you go to the legitimate heron pond, this is where you end up. So, well, let's just keep up with our original plan. Might be able to loop back and hit the bus on the very end of the video. This video gets to 1,000 likes, I'll go to the bus. No, I'm just fucking joking, because obviously I can't tell how many likes I'm gonna get right now, because the video's not even uploaded. Okay, well, we were really too paranoid earlier. Obviously this area is not permanently closed, because you can get to it from the other fucking side. Okay. Well, enough of that stupidity. What a beautiful area, but what a stupid set of fences. That's what makes me feel like it's really post-apocalyptic, is the fact that the fence literally doesn't do anything. That's that anomalous field we went through. So let's get back on task here. We're going to connect to the Platte River Trail. Actually, I bet we get to the bus from over here. So, I bet if we go back to the main street here. It's kind of dry out today, despite how humid it is. Maybe it's just like the pollen or whatever. So, alright. Well, we're going to say goodbye to the water treatment area. Look, it's the dog we saw earlier. It thinks it's our friend. Okay. So I have a suspicion about the bus. Let's see if it's correct. Got a bunch of military hardware down there. As I said, I think this is the National Guard Armory. So let's not get back on the Platte River Trail. And maybe there's a way, if we go through here, we can get to the bus. Bunch of military hardware there. You've got this industrial yard over here. I doubt that actually works, though. I think most of the hardware behind the fence probably works. This here, probably not. So, my theory's correct. If we walk along this stretch of road, that's going to allow us to get to where that bus was at. We'll go check that out. I've never been on this road before. Sherman tank from World War II. Alright. I think we've been here before on the Stockyard episode, perhaps. Alright, so this is totally unexpected. I expected it's just to walk the boring old Platte River and end up over here. But instead we kind of ended up over here in a different way. We're actually leaving Denver County now. We're entering Adams County. Woo! Alright. So that's all private property to our right. Not like that's ever stopped us before. Definitely have it advertised as no trespassing for damn sure. The amount of traffic this area receives, I think it's best to heed that today. But once again, it looks like homeless people have managed to get clear into there with a cart. Couple carts. Maybe they're just carts that belong to the people who run the yard. They use them for various things. I don't know. We should see that bus over here soon, though. This is like the back way to Cherokee Station. Like, totally not the way I was going to go. It's like a bunch of old equipment in there. This area seems like the wasteland. I mean, yeah, there's a couple cars here and there, but really not much of anything. As you know, though, we've only ever had one person ever stop us on the show. That was the last time we went out urban exploring. Only one person has ever stopped and asked us, "What are you doing?" Alright, so I think 54th Avenue here is where the bus was parked. If so, we'll go investigate it and then we'll head up to the Cherokee Station. Bingo. I can see it. See the bus down there. There's a car. Yeah, I heard that guy's car earlier. It sounds really terrible. There's a bunch of people, so I'm going to kill the camera. So there's the pond. We're on the other side of the fence. There's the bus. There's a mattress. I wonder if anyone is on the bus. That's my primary concern. like it. It doesn't look like anyone's on board. This looks like an abandoned bus, honestly. Looks like someone was making methamphetamine in here. Yeah, it just looks like a tweaker station, like they were fucking black ink. It's mostly ink, honestly. And it just smells like mildew on this bus. I wonder how long it's been abandoned for. Someone shot at the window. Okay. Back to the main course of the Cherokee station, but we went on the bus. We took a bus ride today. All right. At least my hunch was right about how to get to the bus. I knew if we just went down the street, we'd end up there. And so this is still part of waste management. And that's what makes me think that this was all water treatment plant at one point in time. And then waste management kind of just like shored up the last remaining part that they had. There's the heron pond. And there's the bus fading into the distance. Well, this road says dead end. I saw a couple cars come out of there. Looks like it just ends at some sort of shops down there and stuff. So we're not going to head down that way. See, there's waste management over there. Alright, I'm going to kill the camera until we get back to the main road there. There's a junkyard on that side. There's the power plant. And there's the heron pond. You can see the stockyards down over there. That pond is so weird. It's like keep out, but then you can get on it, see?